friends, it's Rana. I just finished filming my City of Brass non-spoiler review video, and you may have just watched it. That's why I'm in the same outfit. I'm not in the mood to change it, so deal with it. I just wanted to quickly film this other video about City of Brass. I don't think many people care about this video, but I really want to make it anyway. As you know, City of Brass is heavily inspired by Islam and the Middle East mythology, culture, and all of that. So many words, terms, and names in this book are either Arabic or Islamic inspired, and I wanted to come here and tell you how to pronounce these names and explain some stuff about these things that weren't explained enough. I'll start with the general terminology at the end of the book and to pronounce to you the words and how to correctly pronounce them quickly. Then I will talk about some other words and names that were mentioned in the book but weren't mentioned in the glossary. I'm gonna pronounce the words as in standard Arabic because Arabic have many dialects according to the country, region, and area, so I'm gonna pronounce it as standard Arabic. The first word we have is abaya, a loose floor-length full-sleeve dress worn by women. It is a very lightweight garment of clothes that women in some parts of the Middle East wear them in summer, and other parts they wear it around the year. It is the same as the one I'm wearing right now. They come in all shapes and colors, but they are mainly in black. Then we have adhan. It is the Islamic call to prayer. If you come across masjid or mosque in an Islamic country or even in Western countries, we have 5 times a day where we pray, and in masjids, there's someone who starts an adhan. It is a call to remind people to go and pray. Some things came across in this book I wasn't really aware of, and I made some research and it was true or from other countries' mythology, because the Middle East is big and contains a lot of countries. I am from the Levant area, specifically from Syria, and I live in Jordan. So I am familiar with some things, some aspects of the mythology of the Middle East, but some things cultural or mythological I wasn't really aware of prior to reading this book. Some from the North Africa and African Islamic countries of the Middle East, and some from Iran and Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India I wasn't aware of. I'm gonna skip the words that I believe are fictional. Then we have the word akhi. The meaning here in the book is a jaziri for my brother and endearment. Akhi, it literally means my brother in Arabic. It is a real word used in Arabic which means my brother. We use it between siblings or with people who are really close to you. You can call my brother. Then we have chadar or chador. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but the meaning here is an open cloak made from semicircular cut of fabric draped over the head and worn by Deva women. I searched it and it is actually worn in Iran, in some parts of Iran. Then we have an Arabic word finally, dirham/dinar, a type of currency used in Egypt. Well, not exactly. A lot of countries, Arab countries, use dirham and other countries use dinar. In Jordan, for example, we use dinar. It is our currency, Jordanian dinar. Then we have dishdasha, a floor-length man's robe popular among the Jaziri. Dishdasha is in standard Arabic, as we said, and in my Syrian accent, it would be dishdashi. Many Arab countries wear it. Then we have the word emir, the crown prince and designated heir to the Qahtani throne. Emir, here they used it as this meaning, but it is actually Amir, which in general means prince in Arabic. The next word is Gallabiya, a traditional Egyptian garment, essentially a floor-length robe. Again, it is not specific for Egyptian people. Many Arab countries wear it and call it Gallabiya or Jallabiya. Next word is Hammam, which means a bathhouse. Actually, it means bathroom in general. These days, everyone uses the word hammam to mean a bathroom, but it also means a bathhouse, a public one. We have Moroccan hammams and we have Turkish hammams. Then we have Isha, the late evening hour / evening prayer. The late evening hour is called in Arabic Isha, and the prayer that we make at that time, it is also called the Isha prayer. Then we have Maghrib, the sunset hour, sunset prayer. Same thing. Maghrib, it literally means sunset, the hour that the sun set. And at that time period, we also have a prayer time called Maghrib prayer. Muhtasib, a market inspector. This word is an old one. It is not used as much these days. It is actually rarely used, but everyone knows what it means. Qa'id, the head of the royal guard, essentially the top military official in the Jinn army. In general, Qa'id means commander, leader, chief. In general, it has many meanings in Arabic. Rak'ah, a unit of prayer. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult to explain for non-Muslims, but when we pray, each prayer we have different number of rak'at. Like for the Fajr prayer, we have 2 rak'at. In the afternoon or the dhuhr prayer, we have 4. Asr prayer 4, Maghrib 3, and Isha 4 rak'at, or unit of prayers if you would like to call it like that. If you want to know more, Google it, they will explain it better than me. Then we have Sheikh, a religious educator / leader. Sheikh in Islam, it is someone who is really well educated in the Islamic affairs, and they give advice and answer people questions about some religious aspects if they want. You can say it is like the counterpart of a priest in Christianity. Then we have the word tandim. Let's ignore the meaning we have here because it is related to the story, but tandim in Arabic literally means an organization. Then we have the word wazir, a government minister. Yes, that's the correct meaning. The word zar, a traditional ceremony meant to deal with jinn possession. I didn't have any clue what a zar is before reading this book. I went and looked it up. It is really common in the African, Arab / Islamic countries. I never heard of it because I'm from the Levant area from the Middle East. So that was quite a discovery for me when I read it. Dhuhr, the noon hour or noon prayer, self-explanatory. Then we have the word Dhul Fiqar. The explanation or the meaning here related to the story of City of Brass itself, but in the real world, Dhul Fiqar is a type of sword that originated in Islamic country, I think, after the time of Prophet Muhammad or during the time of Prophet Muhammad, but it is pronounced as Dhul Fiqar. Now, I will talk about some words and terms that I picked from the novel that weren't explained in the glossary, and I would like to give some explanation and tell you the meaning of it and how to pronounce them. The first word we have is Basha. It is on page 6, and it means it is a Turkish word that originated in the Ottoman Empire. It was given for people of high rank, politicians, generals, people like that, important people. And in English, the equivalent word would be a lord, but in the Ottoman Empire, they were called Pasha. Then we have something very Islamic related on page 5. It was mentioned, the throne verse. The throne verse is a verse in the Quran, the whole Quran. In Arabic, it is called Ayat al-Kursi, and it is better known as Ayat al-Kursi, one of the most popular verses in the Quran, and it is used to ward the jinn off. So I liked how she used it here in the book. The author used it in a book about jinn. On page 8, we have the name Yaqub, which is equivalent to the name Jacob. I'm gonna pronounce only the Arabic name that I quote in the book. There are a lot of Persian, Turkish, Indian names I don't know how to pronounce, so I will skip them. But as for the Arabic names that I quote and remember to mark the pages that they appeared on, I'm gonna tell you how to pronounce them. So for now, we have the name Yaqub, as in Jacob, and we have the name Salahuddin. Then we have on page 9 the term Sabah al-Khair, which is used to mean good morning. and it literally means the morning of goodness, and we reply to it with Sabah al-Nur, which means the morning of light. I would also like to point out the name Nahri, our main character. I never heard this name in Arabic. No one I ever met was named Nahri, but I think it is derived from the word Nahr, which literally means river in Arabic. And she mentioned in the beginning of the book that she is like the river of the Nile or something like that, and that's why her name is Nahri, which means my river, or of river related nature. We also have the word kebab. It is very popular Middle Eastern dish and we pronounce it as kebab. Then we have minarets, or in Arabic manarat. Manarat is the part of mosque or masjid where originally the people who call for prayer stand at the top of them to call for all people to come to pray. But these days we have, I think, speakerphones called to call for prayer through them. Then we have the word muazzin. Muazzin is the person who calls for prayer. On page 14 is the character with my name, Rana. My name is pronounced Rana. And she has a friend called Shams. The little girl is called Basima. Basima literally means the smiling girl. We have the word darbuka. It is a drum-like instrument. It is very widely used in the Middle East, but in my accent, in my Syrian accent, we call it dirbake, not darbuka. We call it dirbake. Then we have the word mihrab. Mihrab is a part of one wall in the masjid or mosque where we stand facing to pray. It indicates for us the right direction for our qibla, the direction where we stand to pray, or the direction we face while praying. It looks really beautiful. Every masjid has one in it for the praying people to know where to stand and where to face to pray. We have the word khanjar. Khanjar is a dagger, literally a type of dagger that was used a lot in the Arab world in the past. But a lot of people still use it as a decoration or an antique or something like that. Then we have a name, a very long one. King Ghassan ibn Khadr al-Qahtani. I know, it is quite hard to pronounce some letters in Arabic. We have really hard sounds for non-Arabic speakers, especially for English speakers. They have really terrible hard time pronouncing them. But again, King Ghassan ibn Khadr al-Qahtani. Good luck pronouncing that. His son, the brother of Ali, is called Muntadir. On page 118, I like the use of this word because we use it a lot in Arabic. It is the word yalla. Yalla means come on or let's go. Yalla, let's go. I like it. Yalla. A lot of people use it. We have also the word imam. Imam is the person responsible for running a mosque, who takes care of a mosque and the facilities in it. He is called imam. Then we have another name, Sheikh Anas. Sheikh Anas. Also another passing name, Zainab. Zainab. Then we have on page 141 a mention of a real place in the real world called Ruba' al-Khali. Ruba' al-Khali is a big, very big desert in the Arab Peninsula. It is mostly in Saudi Arabia. It is huge and a lot of people go missing there if they went alone because it's really big and people get lost easily in it. Another name, Rashid bin Salkh. Rashid bin Salkh. Also the term peace be upon you was used and the reply was and upon you peace. I would have preferred if the author actually used the Arabic term because it is mostly used and more popular used. We greet people by saying Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be upon you, and we reply to them saying Wa alaikum salam and upon you peace. Then on page 166, the appearance of an mythological creature from the Arab word, not from the Persian word. It is called al-Rukh. Al-Rukh is a winged mythological creature. I'll put a picture to it here. It is humongous and it is pronounced Rukh. Another name is Abu Nawas. Abu. Nawas, it means Abu means the father of, then Nawas his child's name. Abu Nawas. Then on page 184 we have the word shatranj. Shatranj is used these days to mean the chess game. Shatranj, chess. On page 209 we have another name, Sakhr, which literally means rock. Then on the last page of chapter 12 we have the sentence Allahu A'lam, and the author translated to God knows best, which is true, and we pronounce it as Allahu A'lam. On the second sentence of chapter 14 we have another name of a person called Abu Zibala, and it is funny because of his profession as the city sanitation inspector, and Abu Zibala literally means the father of trash. We have another name is Qais al-Qahtani. Then on page 249 we have the sentence Alif Noon 99. Alif is the first letter in the Arabic alphabet, which is like the equivalent of the letter A in English. It is called Alif. Then we have Noon. It is the equivalent to N in English. Noon and Alif and Noon. We also have the word Hajj in chapter 15. Hajj is the Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca. Then we have in chapter 16 the word Kabsa. It is a traditional Arabic dish in many Arab countries. Kabsa consists of rice and meat, either beef or chicken. It is called kabsa. In chapter 17 we have also the name Fayruz. On page 355 we have the word qifl. It is in standard Arabic and it means a lock. And Nahri corrected Ali's pronunciation and told him to pronounce it as ifil, like in Egyptian dialect. Also in the Syrian and Levant dialect we call it ifil, but in standard Arabic it is qifl, which means lock. Also, I would like to point this out. In chapter 16, when Nahri first meets the royal family of Daevabad, and King Ghassan introduces himself and his sons, Ali and Muntadhir. I know all of their names are Arabic names, but then he introduces his Grand Wazir. His name is Kaveh-i Pramukh, and his son Jamshid. She then, Nahri says, the familiarity of their Arabic names took her aback. Okay, Ghassan, Ali, and Muntadhir al-Qahtani are all Arabic names, but his Grand Wazir and the son of his Grand Wazir, they are not Arabic names. I don't know what they are. I believe maybe Persian. I'm not quite sure, but they are not Arabic names. There was also another mention of a mythological creature called Karkadan. I never heard of it and I looked it up. It is a mythological creature of Persia and India. It was my first time hearing about it. I was confused at first because I thought they were talking about rhinos, because rhinos in Arabic are also pronounced as Karkadan, but it turned out to be a completely different creature that looks like this. And the last thing I want to mention is on page 374 we have the word nar, which means fire. Nar. It is quite easy. Nar. These are all the things I wanted to talk about and to explain some things about them. I might have missed some other things, but these are the ones that caught my attention. I'm pretty sure there are 1 or 2 Arabic names that slipped me and I didn't mention in this video, but most of the Arabic names I pronounced them here, and the rest of the names in the books are either Persian, Turkish, or Indian. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it and found it helpful. Please subscribe to see my future videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!